Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mixtape Show. It's time for our Artist of the Week interview. And this week, man, joining us from sunny California, man. I'm jealous of the weather out there right now. He showed me a little bit of the visuals before this interview started, man. Goes by the name of Riggy Marz, and he's joining us, and we're going to talk about this music, man. How you doing tonight, sir? How are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
West coasting it, man. West coasting it, right?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised? Is that where you were born and raised?
I'm a true Angelino.
Okay.
So I'm one of the few in LA, you know?
Not a transplant. I know
Nah.
that's now everybody's coming out here now, man. Y'all done kicked everybody out, brought them down to Texas.
Facts or like Arizona, you know what I mean?
So tell me about that, man. What does being a true Angelino look like, and what do you love most about the Los Angeles culture? Because I always loved musically, I love the music scene in LA, and I just like the vibe of it overall. So what's one of your favorite things about being an Angelino?
I mean, yeah, the music's great. I like the fact that I can surf and snowboard in the same day. You know what I mean? I can literally like go surfing at 5 a.m. and then hit the slopes by 3 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get back in time to record and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I cuss on this?
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
I want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? So
yeah, go for it. No, have at it.
man.
Yeah, my wife, she was born and raised out in Fontana, and
okay.
I was born and raised in New York City, and we just kind of met here in the middle. So we always tell everybody we were bi-coastal, and we just kind of met in the middle. And now our kids, unfortunately, are Texans, so it's it's a little off.
Well, you ain't far from here, man. So
not at all. Yeah, we're gonna come visit some family out there later this year, so I can't wait to come out there, man. So musically, man, who are some of the people that you kind of studied and really tapped into?
So I grew up like I have a very eclectic taste in music. I'm from a family of entrepreneurs, and like my dad was in the film industry. My mom was a jazz singer. She sung like jazz and gospel and shit. And so like I was very young, and my dad would bring, he was a film editor. Like he did like Dirty Dancing and like Fame, bunch of big movies in the 80s. So when he was finished editing, like he'd bring all the CDs and like cassette tapes home that he used for the films and give them to me. So I had everything from like Wu-Tang to like Bob Marley to Two Live Crew to like Aerosmith to the Beatles, you know what I mean? I think my first hip hop record I had was Wu-Tang Enter the 36 Chambers.
Not a bad start. What's your favorite era of music listening to? What's your favorite era?
Definitely 90s.
Okay. All right.
I like this new wave of it now, like with like Griselda, and I think it's like making a comeback. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, the 90s is definitely one of my favorite eras too, and I love the fusion of musics too, where you would see like the Rage Against the Machine do hip hop tracks, and the Limp Bizkits and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I love that. And like you said, it's coming back now where hip hop almost is to a point now where it's really not hip hop anymore. It's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what hip hop is in its essence. Is just like it's fresh, it's ever evolving. You know what I mean? I used to hate on like the new shit, but I have a certain respect for like all of the subgenres of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and with you living out in LA, man, it's that creativity is always free and flowing out there, man. Is it easy for you to kind of catch that creative bug out there and just kind of relax and do your thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes when I'm writing, if I get stuck, I'll leave and go on a drive like to the mountains and like post up at a lookout spot and write. Like some days I've literally driven like 100 miles to like different locations just to sit in my car, write a little bit, go, sit, write a little bit, go. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it doesn't. It's I definitely don't have an issue with it.
Definitely. And Riggy Marz, as far as that name, how did you get that? And was that like a nickname coming up, or how did we get to that?
So I'm in recovery, right, from heroin addiction, and a good friend of mine, like legendary battle rapper Cadillac Ron,
Okay.
he was a good friend of mine. He passed away a few years ago, and we had a crew called Needle Exchange, and we all had like kind of like junkie related names, right? And so like a rig is a needle, right? And so I went by Riggy Marley, like Ziggy Marley.
Yeah.
But when he died, and I kind of like reinvented myself as an artist, like I had different names before, like Steve the Flowbot, Eternal, like other shit. But I changed it to Riggy Marz because like copyright infringement, Marley, you know. But also, so like Riggy's like my lower self, and Mars is like my higher self. So it's like the constant battle of, you know, what a human being deals with. You know what I mean? A constant battle with self-loathing and self-love, you know.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, man, congratulations on your recovery, brother. I know it's not an easy road, man. So for you to and I know you use your music too as part of that too, as part of that recovery as well. So congratulations on that, first of all, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And how do you use your music as a tool to help with that? What's some of the ways that you kind of use your art with that?
I mean, the main thing is the coat. Like I'd go crazy if I didn't have that creative outlet. Most people don't have an outlet like that. So I'm very blessed for that. But I try to put some kind of message in my songs. Cause you know, I get the most out of it when someone's like, yo, like that song like helped me get sober, or, you know, help me get through a breakup or whatever it is. Like that's how I want to reach people. I'm not just like rapping to talk shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like pointless unless you're like actually trying to do something with like a greater purpose behind it, you know?
Yeah. Was that the goal when you initially started doing this professionally, or did it kind of lead up to that as far as making your music and what you wanted your music to be in your legacy?
No, early on it was just fun. And you know, I just had so much going through my head, and you know, it was just it was like a release for me. Like through all the years of addiction, like that was the one thing that like I was like, you know, loved and knew would always be there for me, you know. But later on, like once I got sober 2.5 years ago, I actually like thought about it. I'm like, do I want to kind of keep a wall up and like, or do I really want to put it all out there? And I chose like, it would be unfair of me to not put it all out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And with you doing that, does it, I know it's therapeutic, but does it definitely, it makes you, as far as getting your message out there, it makes you feel better overall? Like it's easy to kind of say, you know what, I did my thing with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, man. So let's talk about the music, man. You got a project that's out right now?
Yeah, I just released the EP called the Alvarado Diaries. It came out in April. It's on all outlets. I've shot a few music videos for it. That's on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm just like in the process of writing other shit right now. I have my hand in a few different projects with a few different people. So
okay. And Alvarado Diaries. What does that sound like for those who may not have been able to tap into it just yet?
So Alvarado, if you're a true Angelino, you know, Alvarado Street is a street, and there's an area called MacArthur Park. You might have heard of it. That's just like the haven, you know what I mean? For if you want to get in trouble, you want to find trouble, like you go there, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just west of downtown LA, and I spent a lot of time there, you know, selling drugs, like doing my shit, getting arrested, catching cases, just a vicious cycle. And so the Alvarado Diaries is like my, you know, I'm portraying all that, you know what I mean? It's like an audio book.
Yeah, we and in my world we call that the Bronx. As far as getting in so much trouble out there, man. So the project is it's a theme basically. It's kind of like is it each track kind of leads to another track kind of thing, or
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I love those type of projects, man. I love those projects that's theme based and you kind of got to follow it so you don't miss a jewel as far
Yeah.
as the next thing, man. Dope, bro, dope. So what's some of the reactions you've been hearing so far for the project?
People love it, man. It's definitely like I make like other like more positive music too, but I've definitely gotten the most support from fans with this project.
Mm-hmm.
It's my most cohesive project for sure.
Nice.
And you know, it's like I'm so comfortable writing about those topics because I spent so many years like in that shit,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So is this the release of material, after you started getting into your recovery process of your life, or did you do something prior to this during that process?
Oh yeah. Like so I got sober September 2018.
Mhm.
And I took like a year break off music just to like get physically stable. And you know, I was doing a lot of AA meetings and like the 12 steps and stuff, and
Mhm.
got comfortable like you know, because when you're in the studio, you know, you're like around a lot of shit, you know, and I
Mhm.
wanted to make
Mhm.
sure before I was exposed to any of that, I was like comfortable in my own skin, you know. But I did like one show in 2019, and then the pandemic happened. And during the pandemic, though, this is my fourth EP I've dropped in 2020, 2021.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, my EP Nostalgia, and then Beauty in the Dark, and then Prisms were my three prior releases prior to this.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been working all year. I took advantage of this time to sit with myself and
Mm.
just be creative.
Yeah, I always said this pandemic has been the perfect time for independent creatives to really get on top of their game, because you're really not competing with the labels right now because they're not really putting out too many projects because it's not generating income right now because of the pandemic. So as an independent artist, this is the perfect time to put out work because everybody's at home listening. You know what I'm saying? So has it been busy for you? I mean, obviously it's been busy for you like that, but as far as does the energy feel a little bit different for you now during this pandemic?
Yeah, I'm like, what's happened for me is I've just become fully confident in what I'm doing.
Mm, mm,
Like there's not very many times now where I'm like feeling like defeated and like, oh, like I suck, or you know what I
mhm,
mean? Like
mhm.
that shit, I have a vision and like I'm striving for that shit. I didn't get sober to not fulfill that. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. And as far as this project, what's one of the main goals that you want people to take away from this project?
Um, hopefully it can, you know, people can relate to it, and it's like I'm not glorifying the shit at all. Like you listen to these songs, and to like a normal person, it's like horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shit I'm talking about. So I'm hoping it, you know, maybe in the long run it could save lives. I don't know, you
Yeah.
know. And you know, that's yeah.
That's dope, man. I love artists who aren't scared to, like you said, speak your truths and just talk about reality. There's nothing wrong with reality, man, especially in this time where everybody's so fascinated with the social media and just the perception thing. I'm cool with the reality. You know what I'm saying? I know partners now who they record music and they're homeless. You know what I'm saying? But they know that their music is their therapy, like you said, to help them get through a lot of stuff. So that's the stuff I appreciate. And it's artists like you that I love rocking with, and I love spinning the music because the music has soul. So you always got a home here, brother. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you got going on. So at the pace you going, man, next time you got a project coming up, I definitely wouldn't mind you coming back on and let's talk about that project.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
So live shows, man. What does a Riggy Marz live show look like? Explain that
Dude,
kind of energy.
I kill shit. I
do you
kill
have
shit.
do you have a live set? Do you have like a band or anything like that when you go live?
I've done that before. Like I have a DJ. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Not like a specific DJ, but when I hit the stage again, like I'll be having a DJ. But yeah, that's like I'm 34. Like I was doing shows when I was 17, 18 years old before I even had any recorded material. Like literally I'd be at open mics like Project Blowed, The Good Life. I'm sure you've heard of it in LA. Like the big homies would push me out on stage in front of like hundreds of people I did it like the opposite way. Like I started out performing and then later on like got in the studio and have been trying to like master that, you know?
Yeah.
So the live shit is my shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And how much do you miss that right now? Just being up there.
Dude, so bad. So bad.
Yeah, man. The virtual thing is cool, but it's kind of like even me, man, when I do these interviews, I like to actually travel and do them and sit next to the artists and just vibe, man. It has to be done right now the way it is, but I'm like you, man. I miss that energy and I just kind of miss connecting with people. You know what I mean?
That's such an important aspect of it, is the interactions like face to face with people, you know, because you know, I could love someone's music, but if they're an asshole in person, it's like,
yeah,
you know, I want to like rock my set and like chop it up at the merch table with the people that were feeling my shit. And, you know, because that as a fan, first and foremost of hip hop, like that meant so much to me early on. Was like I'd be at hip hop shows with like people I idolized growing up and like having a one-on-one conversation with them. That shit was rad, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely, bro. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Hopefully, when things clear up, like I said, I think by the time things will probably be as normal as possible. I know, like I said, me and my wife, we plan on coming out there in like October-ish, and she's gonna visit family, man. So if you're available, bro, I definitely wouldn't mind bringing the microphone and the camera, and we can do this face to face, man. Again.
Yeah, hell yeah, hit me up.
Definitely, man. So, if you could do your ideal perfect show, man, what venue would you want to do your show at? That'll be the first question to this part.
I don't know, like Staples Center.
Okay, all right. And how does your setup look like? What do you got? How's your stage look like for you?
Man, I mean, like, you know, hella women in the front row. You know, maybe a few of my ex-girlfriends.
Gotta let them know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just can't wait to get on stage and like rock with my homies I make music with, like just all of us up there, dude. Like mosh pits and shit. Like I bring that punk rock shit to hip hop, you know?
Yeah, dope, man. So who are some of the hip hop acts that has that style that you really like? Were you into like the Onyx and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. And like, you know, like Def Jux, you know, like all them. Man,
like you said, Wu-Tang is basically a rock band, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they do shit with like live guitars and shit. But yeah, I was like hanging out with my bro a few weeks ago, Cage, from the East Coast. Yeah, he's a dope artist. Yeah, man. There's too many to name.
Definitely, man. Dope, brother. Dope, man. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Social media, brother. What's the best way we can follow your journey right now?
Instagram, it's at Riggy Marz, RIGGYMARZ. My YouTube channel, Riggy Marz Official. I'm on Spotify, Apple, all major digital outlets. Yeah, man. That's what it is.
Dope, man. And you got your distribution. You're with the homie Rob too, right?
Mag. Shouts to Rob Schwartz, Mag.
Yeah. How's that experience been? Every time I hear the same story, so I got to keep confirming this, man. How's that experience been for you in your career? How much difference has that made for you?
Dude, it's so dope because he's just really cares about each of his artists, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't even like have to call him, like, dude checks in with me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's dope because prior to that, my distribution was like TuneCore or DistroKid, and if I had a fucking issue, I'd have to send them an email, and then like a bot replies to me with an automated email.
Yeah.
So with Rob, and then, you know, this wouldn't have happened without Rob, you know what I mean? So it's been great so far, and it's, you know, I've been signed with them for about 2 months now. So
nice, man. Well, congratulations on that, man. I've like I said, I know Rob. I've had Rob on the show a couple of times, and he's a stand-up dude, you know what I'm saying? And every artist pretty much says the same thing. So, and it's real hard to find those type of people in this industry, especially with all the
Facts.
snakes out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely
Facts.
happy for you and your situation, man. And I'm excited that we'll build on what we're doing. And definitely, man, I tell people who come on the show, once you're on the show, you alumni, man. So you just welcome to the family, brother, and we got you no matter what. You know what I mean?
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Dope, man. So I tell you what, brother. You said you got the YouTube joint, so we'll send the fans that way. I got some of these records we're gonna spin during this interview, and whenever you got anything coming on again, man, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm easy to get a hold of. You can inbox me and say, hey, man, I got a new EP about to come out, a new single. Let's chop it up, and we'll bring you back on, and we can do this again.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely tap in with you, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely, man. And I got this too. One more question before we get up out of here, my brother. That at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you looking back, you're sitting at your nice house and you're thinking about your career and they're gonna write that book about you. You know what I'm saying? What's one of the main messages that you want that book to say about your contribution to the culture?
That even if it's small, I've made some imprint on it. You know what I mean? And I didn't waste my time just babbling. Hopefully, I created something that people can relate to on like a human level, and just want to be respected by my the proteges, the pioneers. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That motivated me to get into this craft, this art.
Yeah. Well, I can tell, man, you take this serious and you take the culture serious, man. And I can do nothing but respect you and rock with you for that, man. So you, like I said, brother, you family now. Welcome to the Mixtape Show family. And we're gonna keep spinning these records, man, until you get tired of us playing your records.
Let's go.
Dope. Anybody want to shout out before you get out of here?
Yeah, shouts to Rob Shorts, Lush One, Body Bag Man, the homie Spec, Scribes, Dark Summers, and God, man.
Definitely.
Higher power.
Definitely, brother. It's okay. Keep up the good work, my dude, and we got your back no matter what. All right.
Thank you, man.
All right. He goes by the name of Riggy Marz. He's on the Mixtape Show for the first, definitely not the last time. He's family now. We're gonna play some of these records, and the door's always open, my dude. All right.
All right.
All right.